Look, our position, and it's the position not just of the Greens, we're hosting a series of roundtables right across the country where experts are telling us that we need to look at different solutions. And one of the models that has come up consistently from academics, from doctors, from social workers, from people working in law enforcement, from people working within the justice system is that what we're doing at the moment doesn't work, and Portugal is a model that people are saying we need to look at. So this attack from the Murdoch papers isn't just an attack on the Greens' position, it's an attack on all of them and the families who currently are waiting for months to get a bed for somebody who's got a problem with drugs like ice, but also heroin and other drugs. So our view is that if you're a person who has a problem with an illicit drug, you shouldn't have to wait for months to get treatment. At the moment, what we've got is a system where we direct all our resources towards individual drug users and putting them through the criminal justice system. And what we're saying is, rather than doing that, of course, we need to keep going after people who supply drugs, the dealers, but when it comes to individual drug users, let's channel some of that money into treatment, into rehabilitation, into social supports. And that's not just our view, it's the view that we're hearing consistently from experts right around the country, and it's really disappointing that we're seeing this issue sensationalised by the likes of the Murdoch rags, rather than having a genuine, mature, rational, evidence-based debate. Because what we're doing at the moment, it's not working, and we need some other solutions.
And what do you say to the argument, though, on taking some of the flowery language away from the debate that we see in the News Corp papers this morning, the concerns of parents? So many parents who have seen their kids caught up with ice, wouldn't decriminalising ice simply encourage dangerous drug use?
No, in fact, it's the opposite. And even by the Murdoch's editorial's own words, where they say in Portugal that drug use did not increase. I mean, drug use did not change under the removal of criminal penalties that were applied in Portugal. But what you saw was more people coming forward for treatment. You saw less harms associated with illicit drug use. And there are many families right across the country who are saying, look, we don't want our child to be treated as a criminal. We want them to get the sort of help that they need when they need it. And at the moment, the system doesn't allow for that. We want our child to make sure that they don't have to wait for 6 months for a bed. And that's what happened in Portugal. More people came forward for treatment because they knew they didn't have to admit to engaging in a criminal activity. And that treatment was available for them when they needed it. There wasn't an increase in drug use. Look, Michael, I was a GP. I worked in the drug and alcohol sector. I've seen the harms that illicit drugs do. The last thing we want to do is implement changes that will increase those harms. I'm driven by a desire to want to make sure that anybody who needs treatment can get it. At the moment, that's not the case. We've got a system that stops people from coming forward, and we're not going to be bullied by the sort of nonsense that we read in the papers today. We're going to have the courage to stand up on behalf of those many millions of Australians, the experts, the academics, the doctors, the lawyers, the people who know that what happens doesn't work. But most importantly, for those many millions of Australians whose lives have been touched by this issue and know that we need to do something different, know that the current system's not working, it doesn't serve in the best interests of their children, and that's why we're going to take on this debate.